Hey guys, welcome back to a Noob's Guide to Rust. Today we'll be talking about general upkeep and tips and tricks on how to keep your base operating even while you're away from your base. And then we're going to talk about roaming and how to start getting on the grind to progress throughout the game. Now, um, you'll see that in my hotbar I have a machete, and I just used the metal fragments that I had made. It's literally just like it's 100 metal fragments and that's 100 wood. Great weapon, especially for killing animals and for getting their stuff. Now let's talk about roaming. You will have to roam in this game. It's just necessity. It's part of life. I recommend until you get more stuff. You just start roaming with things like a bow, a machete if you can. Realistically, a bow knife will do just as fine, and bandages. You're gonna need a lot of bandages. I recommend anywhere from 5 to like 8 bandages. It's 3 bandages per 3 bandages hold max. So having 5, we'll have 5 and 2, which should be more than enough to keep you going. Now, since I'm near Outpost and um, Lighthouse, I'll go ahead and talk about those kinds of things for your progression. You will need things called scrap. Scrap is how you'll build your workbenches, it's how you research your stuff, and it will how you buy things if you need to. Having a lot of scrap is a necessity in Rust. Now, that being said, the more scrap you have, the more people are going to want to take it, which is why you got to have your base nice and soft, well, nice and strong, to deter any non-niceties. Alright, right here, you're going to find your barrels. These barrels are going to have scrap and recycling parts in it. These will be the things that you use to keep your stuff going, otherwise. Now, I'm going to start talking about conditions here too in this one because it does pertain. Oh, that's a lag spike for me. It does pertain to you roaming around and keeping yourself safe. Clothing. World of Rust, unless you're in the forest or the desert, will be very hot to moderate. If you go in colder regions or if you get wet, you'll need a lot more clothing. Keep yourself more protected from the elements. Hey, hey pup. My puppy is still being a brat. Can I play, pup? Can I play without you being in my way? Okay, come on, calm down. Calm. So for a workbench level 1, you're gonna need 50 scrap, and I recommend you build to that really quickly or as quick as you can. It is not a necessity. I recommend you work on things like building your base, keeping it nice and strong, like I did in my previous episode. But I'm currently at a point where I think I can progress quite nicely. Green keycard, go big. Key cards and other items, such as that, will be when you go roam and you get more things and items. So there are multiple places, monuments, that will have recyclers. Lighthouse is one of them. It's guaranteed. It also has stuff for you to grind while you're here. I did not mean to fall there. To get to the recycler, you're gonna have to come up here, climb up this little bit, and go up like so. Let me throw that there, that there, that there. I'll throw that there. Butterfly, come. I don't recommend hitting anything in there, just because it does make a lot of noise. And with that, we have enough for a tier 1 workbench, which will be really good for us. Just gonna get home and get us into our stuff. Now let's go along with how do we do upkeep. Well, first let's start with upkeep. Upkeep is going to be materials. Sorry, I was running up the stairs, I'm a little out of breath. Materials are going to be how you keep your base going, keep it operating, just in case you leave to go run or anything else. This is making sure that your base is safe and protected while you're out and about. I generally recommend that before you leave your base, you make sure it has over a day or at least over 30 hours of time away. That'll keep it in the green zone. Because you don't want to come back to your base with like 5 minutes or an hour left, because you'll be really, really hustling for supplies, which you don't have enough time for. Go ahead and eat those real quick. Now, waypoints are really great. Oh, it's a freaking deer. Waypoints will be really great for you as newbies, or for people that don't really know what they're doing or not know their surrounding areas really well. They kind of find where they are and keep their places safe to them. And it's just a good waypoint just so you can throw it on your map and just run in that general direction. I'll show you how to do that as soon as we get this stuff back inside, and we'll go more with progression. That's the main part of the video. It's just progression. Alright, so see, as I go home, I have 3 days of upkeep, which means I have more than enough time to run around, and that means running around is not going to be detrimental to the base. So that there, we'll put that there, that there. Boom. Now, I believe it's... I have to double check. Alright, so it's going to be 500 wood, 100 metal fragments, and 50 scrap. We have that. And we have more than that. Over here, and we'll make one. Throw that there, throw that there. Perfect. Now, I do have a double thing right here, but that's when I have enough stuff for a middle double door, which I do not. Now, I have metal doors. These cost me 300. It's 150 each, which you can get by getting your smelter and then smelting a lot. No. I guess we'll put it. Now, as you see, this is everything that I have so far unlocked. We just need to get 75 more to where you can learn this, but we're not doing that right now. That's just kind of where we're at right now. Okay. Give me just 1 second. I gotta make sure she's not destroying me. I'll be right back. That's just kind of generally the place where you want to be at, currently at your base. Or if you're a little further than this, congratulations. This is just roaming tips and tricks. I'll be right back. I do apologize for me keep leaving these videos, but I have a puppy and she's very rambunctious. Sorry about that. Like I said, my puppy was being a little rambunctious brat, so I had to put her in the kennel. Calm down. But we are back to now roaming tips and everything else. Now let's just go over pinging locations on the map. Pinging locations on the map are going to be really useful for you. Going to be up. You're going to be pressing up and holding on your D-pad, and it'll bring up your map. Now it might look like this. You can use your your right stick, zoom in and out. Oh no, where are you at? Just press square and we'll automatically put you right where you are. To make a base, to put your ping down, you'll press X, add a marker, you'll go down to visibility, make it whatever you want. It's going to be my house. And there you go. Now you have a waypoint for your house, wherever you want. So you're running, and then you just want to go, oh, hey, look, on my mini bar, my map, there's my base. You can just run through, no problem. Alright, now we're going to go to outposts, so we're going to be grinding some stuff along the edges. And going to outposts, we have 3 days of stuff, so we should be fine. Should be fine. That's the thing. And I'll show you how we go through outposts and everything in outposts to kind of help you come along. I did that in my first video. I really didn't touch up on it because I was kind of rushing my first video, which I do apologize. The reason why I was hurrying in my first video, damn, they expanded fast. So bases like this, you'll have to be looking out for. They'll expand really fast. That's because they're focusing on expanding and going forward. I'm going very nice and slow, just because I'm trying to help all the new players to, kind of give them a little edge. A little edge on the people who've been playing for so long, they know this game back there. A lot of bases are by outpost, I will admit. A lot of places will be by outpost. These bases you will have to be on the lookout for. There are a lot of things in this game that will make you irritated. One of these things, I hate them. A lot of people hate them. They're called roof campers. Literally what they do is they'll sit there in their tower of their base that they made, and they'll shoot anybody who comes near. They just sit there in their roof and just camp. Usually they go by outpost or by any monuments and things like that. You just gotta be really careful. Alright, since we're by a safe zone, we're gonna have to put away our weapon here, just because safe weapons aren't allowed in your safe zone. The only things that are allowed by the safe zone is a rock. As long as you don't attack anybody with a rock, you'll be fine. Yep, see, there you go. It disarmed immediately because I was in the safe zone area. You gotta be really careful about those because they will mess you over. Our blueprints are really good. You don't have to research them to learn them. You just have to research them or study, and you'll get it. Save zones, save zones, save zones. What's good about a safe zone, you ask? Oh, right. See, that thing gets confused. So I was in safe zone, but it said I wasn't in safe zone, so it's just it's a little, am I or am I not? Let's go over recycling tips, tricks too now. It's right here. This is Outpost. This is a safe zone, one of the very few safe zones in the area. Essentially, if you are being chased, you can run here and you'll be just fine. Now this here, you'll find any and all supplies, and it costs rust. Scrap, which is this right here. Generally, you're not gonna be here unless you have like a crap ton of scrap. I'm just seeing here if there's anything that's really cheap for scrap that I can get realistically. An F1 grenade is 8 scrap. Really? It's 8 scrap? That should not be 8 scrap. Alright, a locker. We have 22 scrap, so that's why we're looking and we're just trying to figure out where everything is. Smoke grenade, 5 scraps. Smoke grenades are really good. A water jug? Oh, thank you, water jug. We'll buy a water jug. Oh, what? Well, we're gonna need to go get some more scraps, so let's find ourselves a recycler. Look for the stuff around the map. This is the chill zone, so we were on the wrong side. I'll drink out of that. There, over here is gonna be your repair bench, and this over here will be your recycler. Is anything you don't want or need. Alright, let's head back over to the markets just so we can get the stuff we need. Generally, this is going to be a very short video. This is just meant to be tips and tricks, how to guide, go along with your roaming and everything else, and just teaching you outposts and other stuff. Monuments are the two places that we visited so far, which is Outpost and Lighthouse. Those have recyclers. Other places that have recyclers will be your mining outposts. Well, actually, I'll show you. Be things like mining outpost, and then satellite dish, mining outpost, I think trading yard, the gas station will, the abandoned supermarket will, and then I believe that's it. Everything else is just things where you can grind for your stuff. The power plant will definitely have a recycler, and so will the camp. Those are the ones that are kind of, but we'll have recyclers. Everything else is meant to be grinded, ran through. Wow, that's really easy. So, running roads is another thing for roaming, which is why this video is going to be kind of short to kind of long. It depends on how much you want me to touch up on stuff. Running roads is what it is known when you go from one settlement to another, or from one monument to another, using only the roads while grinding and breaking barrels and just farming the surrounding areas. It's called running the roads. It is really risky. You will die quite a bit doing it, but you can also make a lot of stuff by doing it. By make a lot of stuff, I mean make a lot of scrap. Make a lot of metal fragments, make a lot of high-quality stuff. In general, that'll help you progress your game. Now, that being said, I don't recommend it for newbies. It is pretty hard, especially if you don't have weapons or stuff to protect you while you're out there running. I don't recommend you roaming around until you have a decent base, or at least a base with an airlock. That's not wood, that is stone, at least stone. Metal, we'll get to in another video. This is kind of just how I'm doing it. I'm doing it nice and easy, where it's not going to be I'm leading you on a wild goose chase. I'm not trying to lead you on a wild goose chase. I'm just giving you what I know and putting it in a video. Now, what I bought was a water jug and a thing of pickles. That would give us a lot of food and water. That is just to keep us up and going. So let's go over your food and water. Or sorry, your calories and minerals. If you get downed, that is when you are at 0 HP and you have a chance of recovery. The higher your food and water is, the more recovery chance you have. Also, if you have bandages on your hotbar, that will help you increase. Like any kind of meds on your hotbar will help you increase that chance of reviving. Reviving you will bring you to like 1 HP to a couple HP, depending on what your recovery chance is. And it'll get you up and out. Um, if that happens, I don't recommend running back in. I recommend you get your health back up and escape the area if you can, because whatever killed you might still be around, and it just all depends. Now, what I did right there is I bought things, and now we're just waiting for the vendor, and we're waiting for delivery. The map, and you'll see where it is. That is the drone. It's our delivery, and it's making its way all across the map just to get to us. Now we're gonna go ahead and depot all this home again. What I do recommend, if you do start roaming right off the bat, you just go for a lot of scrap. For blueprints, we'll touch up on that when we get to a workbench, which will be an outpost, and I'll kind of give you my recommendations of what you should go for as a newbie. This will not be a do-all, cure-all for everybody, since everybody has different types of plans and ideas on how they want to progress and things of like nature. Alright, now we're gonna go home and well, we're not gonna go and depot this. I said I'd show you the workshop. So this is a workbench level 1. This is what you'll be using to get a lot of base stuff. What I recommend is you automatically learn the salvage hammer, the pickaxe, and the hatchet. This is the best stuff you'll learn to keep you. This was stuff for gathering. This is just so for you can build your farm, and it'll make your life a lot easier. Trust me on that. Going from there, what I also recommend you learn is the water catcher. The water bucket's okay to learn, or you learn the water barrel. One of these two will be just fine. You don't need to learn this stuff. This is kind of just a me thing that I learned. But I also recommend you learn, this is just for me personally, I recommend you learn just enough to get to your pants and a long sleeve shirt. A jacket would be not good, but it's not a necessity for you. After that, I'd recommend you start working your way down this tree branch just so you can get weapons and other stuff to help you keep going and progressing throughout your time in Rust. Now, that being said, there's some also other stuff that you need to get going, and this will kind of help you out as you go through Rust. One of them is a wooden ladder. This is good for practically anything. Another one is wooden barricades. Wire barricades are good too when you're trying to expand your base and making outer walls. Wooden floor spikes are good to have in your base as kind of a hiding spot in case anybody tries to raid you. It's done. Watchtower says it right there on the name. External high walls keep people off your property, just like it says. Same thing with the wooden gate. I think that's kind of pretty much it. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Oh, wait. Yeah, no, hold on. Large boxes. So you'll have a limited amount of storage space and a lot of stuff. You have the wooden storage thing is what I have at my house. It's enough for 18. It's nice and small because I really don't run a lot of things. It's just nice and small. I do recommend if you try to progress and you're going for a lot of stuff, you're going for a lot of farming runs, a large wood box, get at least 2 of them. That is 96 places to store items. It is really, really useful. After that, a campfire is great. So is the water purifier. The small water catcher is really good. And then we're going to go for the workbench level 2, which is somewhere. Where's the level 2 one? There it is, right here. So for workbench level 2, we're going to need 500 metal fragments, which is nothing. 20 high qual, it's going to be a lot of smelting ore and just grinding out. The 500 scraps can be really, really long and tedious, but it'll be just as useful. And then level 3, you're going to need a lot of stuff, but it'll be just useful for you. That's going to be my tips and tricks for, oh hey, it's another player with a crossbow. A metal bucket hat on. Nice. Oh, looks like they also have a knife on them. Oh, that's a gun. That's a dead-ass gun. That is a gun, so we're not going to mess with this person. And that is a chainsaw on their back. So we technically could mess with this person. They look pretty geared, but I don't know how geared they are. Best to be too careful with players like this. That's going to be kind of my tips and tricks on how you roam, your latency, all this other stuff. And I hope this is useful for you, and I hope you have a good day. Bye bye.